I'm sorry, Lego. I'm sorry. Don't sue me. But this, it gotta go. I feel like overall it's doing pretty good. Still looking pretty crispy, pretty nice. Love that they have some of my info here. Mall, Seattle, cityscape. Oh, nice. Y'all, Lego is mad. I'm like, are y'all trying to sue me? Like, this is giving stern language. Like, simmer down. Simmer. Okay. We gonna talk about this later, okay? Let me get y'all caught up. So, this was, let me get the microphone. Y'all know we in downtown Seattle, okay? And like, city sounds, okay? So back in 2020, I painted a mural at the Westfield South Center Mall in Tukwila, Washington. Now, mind you, when we was in talks about this whole mural, I think it was like February 2020, so the pandemic hadn't started. Everything was popping off. It was going crazy, as we all remember. But I didn't start painting this mural until May 2020. And y'all remember, April was like that moment, okay? The end of March, the beginning of April was like everything had shut down, including the mall. Now, granted, this was in my favor because like I didn't have to worry about, you know, the people were like pedestrians or just people being there while I'm painting. The mall was shut down, so I had the entire space to myself. So it was really nice. It was really like a dream project. This was one of my favorite projects because they gave me so much creative freedom. They pretty much asked me to paint. They're like, we love your work. We've seen it all around Seattle, Washington. I've painted quite a few murals in Seattle. So if you don't know, look, if you are new here, welcome, boo. I'm Aramis Hamer. I'm an artist living and working in Seattle, Washington, and I paint here in my studio. This is a new studio, by the way. There's journeys of there's vlogs of the whole journey here on my channel, but I paint here in my studio as well as I paint murals out in the city of Washington, and this so happened to be one of them at the Westfield South Center Mall in Tukwila, Washington. So they saw my work, they invited me to be on the project, and they gave me so much creative freedom. They're like, you can paint whatever you want to paint, just let us know whatever it's gonna be. Take some time, think it over, submit a proposal to us. Once we see it, if it feels good for us, then we'll move forward. I was like, great. So I just like had fun to do whatever I wanted to do. Of course, I was taking into consideration that it is a mall, so there's a lot of shopping. I was thinking about the food court, like there's ice cream, there's Thai food, there's just the entire spectrum. I think actually South Center Mall is one of the largest malls in the Pacific Northwest, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the fact. I need to look that up to be sure, but that mall is huge. So there's so many things in the mall. And I feel like it is a pretty big tourist destination. Like people look up the mall. And also, like, if people are coming in town to see Seattle and to just sort of see Washington State, what are some things that I can include into the mural? So the idea that I came up with was to make a cityscape view of downtown Seattle, but using all the things that you would find in a mall. So pretty much everything, okay? So my goal with this project was to include all of Seattle's like iconic like landscape elements like Mount Rainier, the Space Needle, the fair, water. Now mind you, since Tukwila is near SeaTac Airport, I did want to include elements connected to the airport as well. So with the sunset, there's like paper planes flying around. I included a lot of toys, teddy bears, drinks, stuff that you can find from the food court. The Space Needle, I used a straight razor that a man would use to cut his beard, as well as like a French fry dipping into some ketchup. The top of the Space Needle is a tire because they have a tire center in the mall. They have so many things in that mall. It's crazy. And then I topped off the Space Needle with a scoop of ice cream and a cherry on top. Okay. And then Mount Rainier, I made Mount Rainier into a giant mountain of ice cream. So that's one of my favorite parts. Like every time I look at the mountain of ice cream, I just want some ice cream. Yeah, so these are the little guys. You gotta get that little guy and this here. Like, is that a booger? I don't know. But yeah, overall it's pretty good. I can just see like just a few little scuffs. Maybe somebody put a sticker here and like some little scratches here, but looking pretty good. These are some of my chains. All right, it's time to get to work. Let's see how wide the cup could be. So, 4 years later, okay, you might be like, how are you fixing this mural? Like, it looks pretty good to me. I think so too, okay? But Lego doesn't feel that way. Because I want it to be like that. And with this part that's hanging off, I'm just gonna paint that black. So that'll be fine. So we got this, and then with this, we're gonna come in, kind of have it like. So Lego isn't happy with the fact that I used some of their intellectual property by painting Lego blocks and Lego figurines in the mural. And so they kindly contacted the mall, and the mall management kindly contacted me to make those changes, okay? Now, when I did first hear about this, I was like, oh wow, okay, Lego is not playing out here, okay? I know Lego's like, we tired of y'all stealing our stuff, okay? Didn't mean to steal anything from Lego. I was just really inspired by all the different toys and different elements that you can find in a mall. But now I know, okay? Now I know. Now the thing is, I feel like this is kind of like a common thing. Like even Andy was saying this. He was like, babe, like Lego is kind of notorious for being like, for pretty much protecting their assets. Respect, okay? Like respect to it. A Lego representative just so happened to be joining the mall, walking through the mall, and saw my mural. They requested that it be covered up. So I say, hey, that's all right. I'm being compensated to come back out and to paint over it, so I do appreciate that. So I'm like, sure, if you want me to paint over it, we can do that. This also gives me an opportunity to share a bit of the behind the scenes with you all. Hey babe, I am officially all done.
Good.
Done. I don't need to come back or nothing. Yep. Cranked it out.
Drive safe.
Okay. We are done. Y'all can't see me, but like whatever. It is 2 in the morning. 1:52 a.m. to be exact. I'm exhausted, man, but I'm so happy. I am so happy. Yeah, so it was a bit of a process doing a cover up. You know what's crazy? Is this the first time I've like had to do like an official cover up? I think it is. And I was like, damn, since I was covering up the items with ice cream, the ice cream was white. So anything that would be behind that white would show through. So I had to do 3 coats of primer to make sure that the Lego wasn't shining through. And like the Lego had black eyes and a black smile. So it was just like, it was a lot. And then it was, the other blocks was red and blue. So it was just like literally bold primary colors that was so rich that needed a lot of layers of primer, especially since I was covering over it with white, you know. I've held this footage for so long. Of course, I've started painting the mural back in 2020, and I've shared some things like some behind the scenes, exclusive bonuses with the patrons over there on Patreon. Computer here with the sketch on it, and then the projector is right here. And I got it going up here on the wall, and I have been tracing that out. So that is my process, which helps me get going from my original design. I projected on the wall. But I never, like the whole goal with me even sharing some of those like sneak peeks with the patrons was because I planned on making a full video for the public channel as well. Just never got around to it with life, okay? And then of course that was starting the pandemic and the start of the Black Lives Matter movement and the protests and everything that was going on. And I was heavily involved with painting a lot of murals in Seattle around that time as well. Actually, I have a video on the channel where I share the process of me being a part of painting the Black Lives Matter mural that's in Capitol Hill in Washington. I turned some of my murals into pins, and so I made the V enamel pin as well as the Mama's Gun pin. So I love sort of taking murals off the wall and making them available to the community so that y'all can wear them out into the streets. And so that's what I've done with some of my past murals. But I just never got around to actually making the video and sharing with you all the process of painting the Westfield South Center Mall mural, okay? And so I feel like this can kind of be that video. I can share some of the process. A lot has changed since then. I'm in a brand new studio. We bought a house. I've painted more murals. There's just been so much craziness. And if you are new here, I welcome you to stay, check out some of the videos, I pretty much take the tube team on the whole journey of my life of being a Seattle artist, and also like my healing journey. I self-identify as a highly spiritual, empathic, creative being. So there's a lot of that over here as well. If you do want to learn more about my work, I'll put all the links down in the description, which includes my online shop where I have prints of my work, as well as more enamel pins coming soon. Stay tuned. If you hop on the newsletter, then you'll be notified when I do make those things available to the world. And I hope you enjoyed learning more about the Westfield South Center Mall. Next time you're there, take a selfie, tag me on the gram, or tag me on TikTok, whichever social works with you. I would love to see y'all photos. I really couldn't do what I do without the support of the people like you watching this, as well as all of the incredible people in Seattle, Tukwila, Tacoma, Puyallup, everybody in the state of Washington and beyond who has been making my career possible. So much, much, much love to everybody. Thank you all so much, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Peace.